Hello, folks. This is episode number 36 and a review of Jeremiah chapter 39. Well, the event that has been forecasted and discussed and predicted for 38 chapters has finally arrived. It's the fall of Jerusalem. And first of all, some dates. It was in July of 587 BC that Jerusalem fell to the Babylonians. A month later, Nebuzaradan, commander of Nebuchadnezzar's bodyguard, arrived at the city. First, we read of Zedekiah's fate, which was nothing short of horrific. He fled the city, as you read, when he saw that it was falling, and he's later captured by the Babylonians. And the last thing that he sees is the slaughter of his own sons. Then he himself is blinded and shipped off to Babylon. If only he had listened to Jeremiah when Jeremiah gave him the word of the Lord. If you'll just surrender to the Babylonians, all will be well with you. But no, he refused to listen. Nebuzaradan left in the land some of the poor people to maintain the land for the Babylonians. And then we have in chapter 39 the first account of Jeremiah's release in verses 11 through 14. You noticed, I'm sure, that special attention was given to Jeremiah. Perhaps the Babylonians had heard what his advice had been. At any rate, he's handed over to Gedaliah, who had been appointed governor of the remnants of the population. Perhaps Jeremiah remained in the land because he knew there was still work to be done there, and so he stays. Then, as the chapter closes, we read about the hope for Ebed-Melech. You remember from chapter 38 that he was the palace servant who proved to be an advocate for Jeremiah before the king, and he himself was responsible for the release of Jeremiah from that muddy cistern. Now God makes a promise to him. I will surely keep you safe. Okay, let's talk about application. First of all, Zedekiah certainly made a poor choice, didn't he, when he determined to flee the Babylonian army. That choice had severe ramifications, not only for him, but for his family. And that made me think that we too face many choices in the course of a day and in the course of a life. And it's very important that we listen to the will of God and decide to do as he directs. Always, 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 the best route to take is to listen to God and heed his voice, right? Another application. I appreciate that God gave hope to this palace servant Ebed-Melech. He did a good deed, and his good deed was rewarded. And again, I'm reminded that when we do right by others, we, in the long run, are the beneficiaries, right? And then number 3, God said that he would punish Judah for her sins, and he kept his promise. God's word is sure, isn't it? He does what he says he will do. Again, we should trust God and take him at his word, because whatever he says will happen, happens. We can depend on that. Now, a brief preview of the next section, which we started today. For the next 4 to 5 chapters, we will read about Jeremiah's experiences after the fall of Jerusalem. And from chapter 40 through chapter 43 and verse 7, we're going to read about his experiences in Judah before he heads off to Egypt. Again, if you have any questions about your reading, or anything you want to discuss, or any comment you want to make, please forward those to me, and perhaps we can discuss them in our Praying Jeremiah group. Together, we're going to try to explore the satisfactory answers to any question you might raise. So I don't want you to feel that you're out there by yourself. You're part of a community, and we're here to help each other. So if you have a question, please forward it to us, and we'll try to deal with it. Okay, that's enough for today. God bless you in your reading of chapter 40, and I'll see you in a few days.